Hi everyone, you're welcome to today's tutorial. I am still your shoemaking made easy tutor, Ojurole Mojibola, and today we are going to be demystifying this particular sandal, and of course I'm going to be creating this for adults. I need you to sit back and I'm gonna be right back.
You have been following our series on open toe design, especially for women. I'm sure you will know what we have been up to. Today I'm going to be showing you how I actually created that pattern that you have right on the thumbnail. Now I need you to know that if you have been following, you should know what this means and you should know how I got this particular shape. If you don't know, I need you to just make sure you sit and watch this. Then you go to at the end of the video, I will make sure that I keep the video on the screen for you to just click and watch. So you know what we normally do on a normal circumstances. All we need to do is to transfer this into a totally new, plain sheet so that we can be able to use it to cut out our design. This is simply what I did to actually create my pattern. So if you haven't watched that, please watch. Now for those who may want to know, the width of this is actually just 7 centimeters. It's about 6.8 to 7 centimeters. So if you want to actually create something like this and then you want to know how to actually go about it, I'm going to suggest you watch those videos, follow the same process, and then you will be able to get what I have right here. So let's go into how do I last this. If I have something like this, how do I last it? And that's what we're going to be doing today. So I already have my insole wrapped. I've taught on how to wrap an insole on this channel. If you're new on my channel, I need you to know that all we do is make shoemaking easy and simple for you. You can see how this looks like. I love all this kind of already made sew because it makes your work look and it makes it fast and easy. Not even this time when a lot of materials are expensive. You don't want to waste time trying to do this, trying to cut sew, trying to add the top heel, and then you have wasted a lot of time in the name of doing that. While you are doing that, I've wrapped about 3 or 4 pairs of this design. I can categorically say that I will have wrapped at least 2 pairs before you finish your cutting and all of your attachment. The reason is because all I'm going to do is to go ahead and begin to cut my insole, and I will have finished 2 to 3 pairs all together while you are still on the sole alone. So you want to make sure that you don't waste time when you are actually producing. It's always better to save time, you understand, use money, utilize money. I was telling somebody about this sew and the person was like, oh, it's expensive. It's expensive, but the time you are going to use to do some other things, you will have actually used this and you are good to go. So it's just an encouragement for you. If you are just starting, please, I would suggest you make do with already made sews. So I have cut it out and I've wrapped. Let's go into lining. Let's go into lacing. Now, one of the major challenges that we normally have is talking about the fitting. How do I make sure it fits the person? I have always explained this. Now, this shoe last, I've been using it for some years now, and I can tell you that it will perfectly size some people who wear 40, who does not really have a wide fit. For somebody like me, I find out that the ball guard perfectly fits me, but the instep doesn't fit me, despite the fact that I wear 40. Of course, in some cases I have to actually make do with 41. Now I need you to know that whether you like it or not, you have to familiarize yourself with shoe last and of course the major parts of the shoe last. You want to understand what the ball guard is. You want to know what the instep is. You want to know what the waist guard is, and all of these are what I put together in the children footwear mastery class. Although it's for children footwears, but I find out that whether you like it or not, all the informations I'm sharing there are going to be so effective and useful for you even when you are creating an adult footwear. All right, so now I am going to go ahead and first of all place this. So if you want to make sure that your footwear fits perfectly well, learn to take measurements of your customer. If you're creating a bespoke footwear, it's important that you take measurements of their ball guards, take measurements of their instep, take the waist guard, and that will help you to be able to create a perfect sandal, especially like what I have right here. So from what I have here, I'm just going to place this. Don't forget we have a bow on top of this, and I'm going to specially teach us how to create that bow, so you don't want to run away from this particular tutorial today. So take your time to see it as we go right into it. So I think I picked up the wrong one. I'm going to be using this. So now the first part of this is that front part. I have found out that most open toe designs will literally guide you on how to actually position it. Like it can guide you by itself. So now you can see I just placed it. It's about you can see it's a little bit away from the top lift of the shoe lace. So I want to just place first just to see. Can you see what it looks like? Actually, design is a kind of design that really is, forward this way. However, you can also use your foot to guide yourself on how to do this, or measurement. Take a measurement from the edge, take a measurement like this, from this edge to 5. Make sure it's 5. Check this part, 3.5, accurate. You can see that it's 3.5. So what this means is that whatever the case may be, now let's say, please, I'm not punching it, so you need to be very careful before you pick anything to use. Let me use this. I'm going to put it inside. Of course, assume that is going to be our guide. You see where it is? This is where we have it. It's going to be like a guide to know where to stop the foot. So this is where it's not exceeding this place. So when I want to place, I just want to go ahead and make sure that it guides me on where to position it. That's for the front part. And you want to make sure that this side and this side, they are either at the same spot, or this one comes down a bit. For no reason should this be up here. Please ensure that it's not up there. So I have this, and you can also use your finger if you so desire to position this. So this is coming this way, this is coming down. Also, you want to ensure that this side and this side, they are at the same spot, not that this one will be out and this one will be in, please. So let's say we have picked this front part already. Let's see. So this is actually very okay. If you ask me, it's quite okay. So let's hold it down. Now I find out that, like I said earlier, for me, my size 40, this part used to size me perfectly well. So I am going to just try to push a bit forward for the person. So let's go right into this. I'm just going to try to use a bit of glue. I'm not sure this is ready to work. So immediately I do that, it will open up and it will start flowing. So So after holding that, I'm going to come to this side. Now you want to make sure that this is sitting perfectly well. It should sit perfectly well. You can see I push it forward because I don't want a situation where it will not perfectly size the owner. So let's go to this part and come to this part. So with this, I want to check. You want to make sure you check, because this part, this is the inside, must not come down while this one will be up. So you want to check. I'm going to try to reduce this. I'm also going to reduce this. just for me to be able to see. So I have this and I have this, so I think I'm good to go this way. This is the inner part and this is the outer part. So you can see what I have right here. So what happened to this middle part, you need to be careful with this. You need to really be careful with this. So you want to be sure that it can go in quite well. You might need to do this here for this to stay perfectly well, and all these ones that are forming like funny here, you can also reduce, because all those things will help it to lay perfectly well. So I'm going to try. Can you see that? So this part I'm also going to just so that everything can lay perfectly well. So the same thing on this side, I'm going to also reduce. That will make it stay perfectly well. So you want to start a bit away so that whatever kind of crease that is here, you can do this. Make sure you press it in so that it will not get to the edge. Press it in so that it doesn't show at the edge. So let's come to this side. See all of these edges that are a bit looking like it wants to crease. Make sure you pull it in. Pull them in. So with this, you can see we have actually finished the lacing process for this. You can easily punch, this way. You can easily punch. Can you see what we have? So with this, we are good to go for the first one. So what you do is place this right here to locate where exactly you want to use for the second leg, and you are going to follow the same process, and you are good to go. You are good to go. You can see, mark that. Make sure they align. Make sure they align. So this one too. Then you go to this back part, align the back again. Good. So you have this, and I also have this. So you want to bring this down and bring this down. So with these 2 points, that's what you're going to just use for the second leg. Let's go. Can you see what it looks like? So let me quickly show us how to create the bow part. Should I show us? No, we are going to do that in my next tutorial. Definitely I'm going to actually be showing you how to actually cut the bow and how I was able to achieve that in my next tutorial. If you are not part of the children mastery class, I encourage you to join. All we are doing is we are trying to reduce family expenses on footwear. We want to also ensure that we create new income stream. Considering a lot of inflation here and there, you just got to empower yourself and increase your stream of income. I need you to know that you don't have to be the one that will be creating the footwear. If you have an idea and you have an understanding of the business, it's easy for you to take order and partner with somebody to do the production for you. See, this is not just for you to come and become the one taking the armor. It's for you to be able to build knowledge and be able to build capacity. You know what to invest your money in, as you proceed, even as a salary earner. Thank you once again for joining me today. Don't forget the class is 10,000 naira. You can still join us. Of course, we are actually 4 days out. We still have about a week, about 10 days, 9 days or so to go in the class. I'm going to see you in my next tutorial. Bye.
Bye.